So here we are at two condos that are Beaux Arts condos. They're called the Northbrook 1 and the Northbrook 2. I've sold a lot in this building. You can kind of see what they look like out the window. Here's the other piece of the Northbrook that we're in, and then there's the other Northbrook over there. They all have balconies. They have this shared parking. Anyway, somebody's bought two units and put them together. That happens in this building a lot. I've actually sold one like that. She advertised it in the New York Times magazine in the little classifieds with teeny pictures on the back. These apartments, most of them tend to be kind of generous anyway and often have windows on 2 or 3 sides. And they have these balconies. That's Columbia Heights over there. We're on the border of Columbia Heights and Mount Pleasant. But they're already generous, but then this is someone put 2 apartments on the 2nd floor together, which will be interesting to figure out where the second kitchen was. So here's clearly, I guess this was all one kitchen at one time. This, I doubt, is actually original, even though it does seem old-timey, this large undermounted sink that you could practically wash a baby or a toddler in. Kitchen has a window, which is nice. So basically this apartment is now an L shape. I thought it was going to be a different apartment at the end of the same hall it's on, where we sold one before. Here we have, this is clearly a bathroom that was added later. This is an extremely narrow shower. I think a truly obese person would not fit in it. And only 2 very teeny people would fit in it. But it's nice. Here's a door off the living room where the piano was into this bathroom that's been created. This person, I believe, has probably worked in technology or investment banking in Asia, and there's some stuff around that shows that. A long time ago, you could have bought both of these apartments probably for under $100,000, and actually even the 2000s. Here's the other side of that same bathroom. There's another bathroom. Its shower is also slim, but it's not as narrow. Anyway, you could have, well, this is interesting. You have a sliding door. Oh, well, it's the closet. But you could also use it to cover up the TV, but then you can see the closet. I thought this place was going to be actually vacant. I suspect the owner has moved away, but some of his stuff is still here. Continuing on this hallway, that's the front door that we came in. Oh, this is the laundry room, which is long and narrow also. Maybe part of the combining. This may have been something else before. I have to look in this box. I guess everybody does, just to see what's in it. And I'm not quite sure what that is. So I suspect this is the other apartment. I suspect this is 202. And this is 201. This might have been the original kitchen. Now it's a wet bar entertainment area. The original kitchen for this other unit. And this might have been the original living room for this other unit. These windows give you a better sense. It's a very busy street, 16th Street. It's super full of church traffic on Saturday. It's almost impassable. There's some Hispanic churches, there's a Russian Orthodox church, there's a Baha'i temple, there's a Reformed synagogue. I guess that, well, they might have things going on Sunday. So it's 2 long railroady type apartments. I think this is the door into the hall from the original apartment 201. This is what the hallways look like in this building. Usually it's that apartment down there, 204 at the end. That is a gigantic 2,000 square foot, usually, apartment. Sometimes they add one of the little apartments beside it. And it sticks out and has windows and balconies on 3 sides. And, oh, we're going to get another we're going to get another bathroom. The other piece had 2 bathrooms. Here's the master bedroom for this piece, which is probably the bedroom originally. And you can see this is a big bedroom. Let's just look. This is a big bedroom in DC by DC standards for a 1-bedroom apartment. 1-bedroom apartments don't typically have bedrooms this big. This one does because it was built long ago and you got more square footage because developers were not trying to put a one bedroom into 600 square feet. The one bedrooms are more like 900 square feet. There's probably an original bathtub that's been in this unit for some time. All very nice. There is, of course, that's the air conditioning. It's a quote unquote window unit, although it's built into the wall. There's no central air in this building. This is a building from probably, I don't know, 1910, 1920. You're lucky that they actually got washer dryers in here. And here's another washer dryer. So there are two washer dryers because this used to be two one-bedroom apartments. Maybe it already had two washer dryers and they just kept that. But it's curious that now that it's one giant apartment, that there are two washer dryers. Anyway, there's everything to love about this place, I think. It's $1.5 million. So it compares to the $1.5 million houses in Arlington, I think, fairly well. I mean, I could see somebody trying to decide between the two. This place, there's kind of first come, first served parking. I think they just barely have enough. I see one empty space here at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's some tandem parking going on. If you're a realtor, you have to put all kinds of warning labels on your car that you'll be back. Here's my phone number, etc. Anyway, it's nice. It would definitely be much more if it were in Calorama or Adams Morgan. But look how much space you get. And actually, in this case, you get two master bedrooms and two bathrooms that are at completely opposite ends of the place. This person has their own kitchen of a sort. They can cook. But you really could have somebody living in what used to be one apartment down here and another person living in what used to be one apartment down here. And the only time they really have to run into each other is not to do laundry, not to sleep. Possibly if they were having a really big party, they'd probably use that big bedroom, big living room with the piano down there. And of course, if they wanted to actually cook a real meal, like if they're having a dinner party. But otherwise, you could function as two independent households. So that's it.